Laugh, all right, sweet. We'll call the Public Works meeting to order. It is 5:33 on Wednesday, September 10th. First, we will go over the August 13th Public Works minutes.
Caleb Garn move to adopt the minutes as presented.
I second.
First and second, any further comment? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Minutes are adopted. Right, next, we will move on to public comment on agenda items, 2 minutes per person, 14 minutes per topic. We have. Gentlemen, are you presenting? Do you have public comment or you got an agenda item?
Waiting to see what happens with an agenda item.
Next up, or do we have any online? I guess we should.
No.
Perfect. So for project updates, general update on active projects.
Yeah, thank you. The chair, couple items here, the October 6th is scheduled for the bridge inspection. That's done every other year. Cause it's a fracture critical bridge. So Bob will be coordinating some of the traffic control for that. The mill and overlay, microsurfacing project. My understanding is, listening to Bob here, the microsurfacing for Main Street is going to be delayed till next year. Bob, you have anything to add to that?
Well, we've got a lot of moving parts, so not giving us a whole lot of time to get proper notification out to, you know, I said, give me a week. So I can prepare the hair salon and all the businesses and then the homeowners. There's a lot more there, people think, we've got. Apollo and then the apartments next to the liquor store. And then the dead end on Elm Street, so we got a lot of different pieces where we're gonna hold them up. Between 45 minutes and 2 hours. The information that they're giving me, I have a hard time even giving them. Accurate, this is what's going to happen, because they're not being real consistent with me. Like, they can't turn on for 2 hours, okay, well. That's fine, then he'll go, well, they can't turn on for an hour. What happened to 2 hours? Well, it all depends on weather conditions, so. It's not gonna go well, and I've been doing this long enough to know. This is gonna be a disaster. And they do have the option to do this in the evening hours, starting at like 10 o'clock at night, when we don't have any traffic, we don't have to worry about. All these things.
Right now, it's kind of been a challenge.
It is,
Yeah.
and so it was slated for today, it rained, so it was off. They got rescheduled for Monday. They're closing the exit ramps and the entrance ramps onto the freeway east of town, so they're gonna channel all the traffic through Main Street. And that's gonna be, yeah, that's a disaster.
They would do it they would have flaggers and keep one lane open at a time, so,
It'd be backed up all the way to Osceola.
yeah.
So the only area that's not gonna be applied is Main Street, and we'll be able to hit that next year.
Yeah.
The road's not gonna fall apart in
No.
the meantime.
Well, they've done the prep work, so, I mean.
Do they have to redo the prep work if we wait?
Little bit, but that wasn't really on the expense end, and then we can always deviate that to the county, cause they have the same. The same equipment that can do that. So. It's really where I'm kinda thinking your guys' phone's gonna be off the hook with upset residents, upset business owners.
So they would lock down all of those. Freeway entrances, shunning, and then they'd be trying to work on the road at the same time, all the traffic would be going through.
Two separate things, so the county is shutting that, and I learned of that today.
Okay,
Like, what?
okay,
Well, like. It's not gonna work,
yeah, okay,
so, yeah, not
We're
our
not getting
project.
charged for it, we're not gonna get charged for it.
We'll get charged for the work they've done this year.
Yeah.
And then we'll resume next year, so.
Okay.
And just
I would defer to
thinking
you.
this
Judge.
through and the rest of the staff, I got it's my gut feeling that tend to listen to.
The guys said that too,
Yeah,
guys are on the
now
same
with this
page.
thing getting closed down, they said it's good.
site.
Everybody on 35 is gonna have to turn right and come through Main Street when you try to do this.
What's
Jeez.
what's the county doing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay,
have a call into Robbie to, is this an hour thing? Is it?
okay.
And I have not gotten a reply back. Is it a week?
It's not very nice of them after we trim the grass for them.
Well.
Well, it's a good thing you found out about it now instead of opposed to. So,
Okay, well, I would say that that sounds like I'll back you up on that one. That's the right call, I would say.
Thanks.
the TID 5 lift station utility, more to come on that, that there's a change order to pay up later on in the agenda. So we can talk about that a little bit later, for the latitude 45 development, curb and gutters installed. You know, pavement will be down sometime in September is anticipated. If we, flip the page and go to Pineville Second Edition, we've reviewed those plans, Plan Commission looked at them last Thursday. And again, they're just trying to get all their ducks in a row so they can, basically finish off the rest of the Pinevale next year. So we won't see any construction on that until next spring. As for the first and the original, first edition as well as the original, work continues there. They paved, the Ware course on, last Saturday when we were out there.
Yep, I was out there when they had that tore up, and it looks, they really do a good job of managing their job sites. I'm really surprised how well they do. How clean the job sites are as they're working on there.
It's, filling up and, it's. Somebody on the plan commission mentioned that, getting a lot of positive feedback from all the residents and how they've been treated by them.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine who's building a house in there, and he said they've been just amazing to work with. They've hit all the deadlines. Just been really good to work with, so glad we can continue to partner with them.
And then as far as, the Winesap Prairie first edition, that was, presented to plan commission last week as well. And so that'll be going in front of the whole board next week.
Who's gonna be building those? This Capstone got first right of refusal on those,
Yes.
and are they, what's your temp on them? Are they gonna take all those lots? Good.
And then, River Hills, Bob could probably be, met with the residents along with the Bob at MSA, and it's looking like that's gonna be next spring.
I did update that, just, got from the homeowner now
I say no.
and
Were they saying yes for like a month? Okay, okay. Okay.
Why? But why? Okay, closed session, we can talk about it
I don't know.
offline, we'll take it offline.
We'll revisit, they all agreed we will revisit it, and I was trying to get a date set up with, works up with them in April.
Okay,
During our conversation, so let's regroup, and they said, you give us the winter to think about it. So, right. But,
That's really
yeah,
frustrating. That's really frustrating.
yes, fair.
Any other questions for me? That was kind of a brief overview.
I know we asked the planning commission meeting, did they finish their punch list at Pineville? Yet,
The pond remains, they need some stabilization on that pond,
okay,
and that is the one piece that I need to verify is done.
okay, that's the last
That's
one on
outline.
Pineville.
And Albrightson took care of that? Or-
They would continue to do that, and every time they would do that, it would rain, just wash it all out. And the homeowner that I'm speaking with up there, he's like, I feel terrible for him, because I got it all done, it looks great.
And then it rained.
And he biomatted everything, and he's like, I got it this time, and that was when we got like 3 inches of rain. And it just, he's like, I can't get anything established, so.
Okay,
All right, thank you for project updates,
Mm-hmm.
unfinished business. A discussion, possible recommendation, new commemorative sign to be installed in commemoration of the old bridge.
No additional information on that.
All right, we'll move to, is that a table that, you know,
Let's take it off.
that we'll
We can,
remove that from the agenda and we'll get her back on once we have a better plan, sounds like. Next up, discussion possible recommendation, parks.
Okay, I'm just gonna start with the fresh one, the scoreboard,
Oh, perfect, yeah, what?
I mean, it's not perfect.
I saw
It's a
your,
good-
I read
it's a
your
good
email
start.
there,
So,
we're gonna get a bill, it sounds like,
no, it sounds like the scoreboard was donated,
by the Legion.
I don't.
Well, it hasn't, no, well, so there were discussions that. Last discussion that I had was, we needed to make a decision by Friday of that week. Otherwise this deal was going to expire and there was no direction given to purchase any sign or anything. Has a sign,
Yes.
you're saying the sign's been
It's
purchased?
been ordered.
Oh, we have it.
been
He
delivered.
called me and said it's gonna be down there tomorrow between whatever time. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, sign. Or the scoreboard.
Okay,
Do you have any-
Caleb, did you?
Do you have any more information?
Well, we need to get run power, which is a 400-foot run.
Did you have any conversations with him outside of those initial conversations?
No.
Did you have any conversation? Okay,
No one spoke to me.
Ryan, are you on?
No.
Okay, so we have a scoreboard now,
No way to hook it up yet.
what? All right, and we had kind of talked about this, that we were in discussions of what it would take. Being this has been dumped on you, I don't. What's what's your ballpark cost to get it? Cause we need hangers, posts,
We need-
electric.
12-foot 4x8 I-beams. We need 400 feet of electrical to be knifed in from the concession stand to center field.
How does he get the scoreboard?
Do you have some pictures?
No, still. You guys do not unbox that.
Well, okay, so
Probably the
Not-
size of a standard teacher's desk. I can.
Okay.
I can have
So first off, we
4
must
feet by
say,
8 feet.
I really do appreciate the ambition because I'm sure there's very few communities that have. People sending them a scoreboard, so
Exactly.
I really appreciate the spirit, I really do. Not the way we should work it through, I would say, Caleb, what are your thoughts?
We need to understand exactly what it takes to mount it and.
And figure out if we have budget for it.
And if not, we're going to store the sign until we can run the fund, raise the funds privately.
Where would we store it?
We have it in our UV building, which.
We do.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
Yeah, secured.
But if we do that and it's not working order, we can't return it because we've stored it for the winter.
Well, we can't return anything, we didn't buy it.
Yeah.
This is an interesting.
Do we have to
problem.
send this for bid
Well.
to do this install?
Can we, can we do it how much, can we do any of this in-house? I know, Bob, these are weird questions, it's a weird time.
This is a weird scenario for all of us,
Yeah,
even you, I'm sure.
So I'm not sure of the size of the holes that need to be drilled for a 4x8. I-beam 12 feet tall, I'm sure it's gonna go down 5 feet, and the hole's probably a 36-inch hole. Which would require probably a
a big piece of machinery.
Yeah, we don't have the capability of doing that.
Can we rent one? But the guys want, like, if we rented one for
You
them,
wouldn't be able to rent one, I mean, if it were coming from a huge. I don't know what,
we don't know anyone around who's got that kind of equipment just being used on any stuff.
Well, does it need to be engineered too?
That's that,
Right.
You don't try and
Liability concerns.
get your hands out of here. Do you hear him trying to slide in and stay?
well, we don't want it to fall on anyone and hurt people.
well, it's not gonna fall. I mean, with that robust on my
Well-
literally requirements here, and I said, is it too far away from the transmitter where, hey, you're gonna be 100 feet from that thing?
Okay,
There's
alright,
all these things where. And it's not any one of your fault, you know, I know the conversation was like, there's a lot of ambition, that's great, and that don't, but what are the associated costs with this? You know, will ASM donate an I-beam, 2 I-beams for us? You know, do
we
we
could have
look at
used that money on the pavilion.
400 feet of. It's so Donnie went down there this morning, our electrician that we worked with.
Shot down.
Donnie Schottner.
Schottner. And he didn't say, but he just went,
That's a lot.
so. Whatever dollar amount that is, so
Alright,
the scoreboard might have been the cheapest alternative. So,
Okay, so we have to find a way to either get it installed right now this year or budget for next year.
all the seasons are over.
So budget
No.
for next year.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see what Donnie comes back with, maybe it's,
is he gonna write an estimate?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's just for the electrical,
Yes, I don't know how to,
estimate the other part.
More to come.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
plenty of time to figure it out, it's like. Let those people know that the champions are also taking funds for their pavilion that they're trying to build out there, so. Tribute to anything else? Anything else in regards to parks? And led with the big one, I feel like.
The warming house at Betts Park. The champions,
That has its own item,
oh, sorry.
sorry. Okay. Alright, anything else on the parks? Okay. I had one thing, I went down to Village Park, it looks amazing. And we saved a bunch of money on trimming out those trees, and it looks great down there, so. You guys know,
oh, really, that,
Okay.
thank you.
appreciate you guys, saving us money on that too, okay, next up. 5C. Discussion, possible recommendation, wayfinding signs.
I'm working on that logo. And I'm working on some, what the logo would look like on some wayfinding signs, so I have started a PowerPoint with some of that information in it.
Okay,
To bring back to the board, it would be easier if I could narrow down my 2 options to just one, but, I will do my best. I'm at the mercy of a friend right now who is a actual digital graphic designer trying to get
yeah,
some stuff done.
not more than like 2 choices, cause.
No.
We don't do well.
No, I just took what Becca had and I brought it like one of 2 directions, one's just lighter and one is darker, I'm sure you
I
guys,
would even move one choice.
okay.
One choice would be fine too, if you just wanna tell me, I'm okay too,
Well-
like, my wife tells me what color to wear, but I'm not.
I'm not allowed to make these kind of choices in the private life, so.
She hates what I'm wearing right now, actually, too, like, she can't believe that, that's.
Fix out your pants, but sure.
Yeah, oh no, she hates it. Anyway, okay, I love it.
I
So
will
we're
have
getting,
graphics made up. We'll have to figure out what kind of exact signs we want, but I'll have the graphic embedded in some wayfinding signs so you can see what it will look
Do you
like.
have color scheme? Because one thing I do, like, I wanna replace, one thing I have going is I wanna replace the sign up at Joe Casey Park. And I think we're waiting on some other signs, so at least have the color. So maybe we can order some of those. I
Okay.
don't know if everything has to have the logo on it.
Well, like I said,
Like I
one
said,
colors is
so-
more muted than the others, one's just more bold than the other, so.
We'll just do it, as long as we
We're
have.
going
fence
for
for it.
cohesion.
Yeah,
Cohesion.
yeah,
Okay.
I will get that, I can try and have, like a 1-sheeter for, our meeting next week.
Wonderful.
okay.
Thank you, Justin.
So
Between the 2, And hopefully someone can say they
You
feel
wanna
one
have
way or
one
the
more,
other.
you want another month and get on Public Works again, and then we can get on the village?
No, I'll
Because we're
bring
not
a
like
one,
buying any signs right now.
I'll bring one sheet to the board next week with the two options and hopefully together we can narrow it down to one and then I can get my friend to finish that one.
Okay, so that
And then
sounds
we
like
can
a,
move forward.
that sounds like
Yeah.
a motion.
Yep.
Yes, I make do we have to make a motion? I make a motion to, just bring this back the wayfinding signs for next month's, agenda. To talk about what was finalized from the, village board, from the two, so we can get down to one, and then we can start moving forward with that.
Second,
Okay.
Okay.
It's long-winded.
You want a motion to bring it to the board though?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring
That's what I
something
want.
to the board, yeah,
We will,
next week, and then I'll bring something to this board the following month. With them all mocked up, so you can see different color schemes and different signs,
so we got two more steps.
yeah. And then we should be done,
Perfect.
hopefully.
We got first and second. Any further comment? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will bring that to full board. All right, new business, street use permit. For the school homecoming parade. Anything change, Forest Drive?
is this us or is this public safety?
Public safety and us, public safety approved it, Monday.
Caleb Garn make a motion to approve.
A second, third second,
First and second, any further, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, any? Motion carries. Next up, discussion possible recommendation utilizing Warming House in Veterans Park for storage of hometown hero banners.
Yes, so the. This got shifted. From what was previously approved and conceptualized as the. Small pavilion in front of the memorial. Mostly due to cost. Partially due to. The banners themselves not getting weather worn. Being in an indoor environment as opposed to out in the wind and the sun and the rain and so forth. So, Brandon and I actually met at Vets Park to talk about the cement slab, and we happened to walk past the Warming House building and noticed it was empty. And then another Somerset champion, brought forth the concept without my prodding of, hey, is that, could we use it? Maybe that would be cheaper. And keep the banners nicer. So the general thought is the room needs to be painted and cleaned. Which would all be at the cost of a donation from the Legion and some from the champions to spruce the room up. We're talking about the front room opposite of the bathrooms. That has some windows. And then Bob and I were able to meet out there as well and talk about this possibility. And I don't wanna put words in Bob's mouth, but, they're doing a keyless entry or something like that isn't really all that viable from an insurance view. Cause a young child could still get locked in there, possibly not be able to get out, even with a panic bar. So the second sort of idea would be to install a lockbox that has a key. That both the champions and the Legion would have access to the key code and open it with volunteer presence only.
And someone would have to man it
Yes,
24/7,
yep,
or
so
well, whatever you decide, probably.
to go inside, would only be available at posted times for the champions and or the Legion volunteers to open it and allow the public to come in. Or specific events that they might hold.
So you got the Legion and the champions on the hook for cleaning an old room we had and painting it and sprucing it up, and they're
then
gonna buy the
adding
locks too?
hardware. to display the banners, which is that sort of carpet sample giant book concept. And the goal is to be able to continue to fill up, so currently the plan is to buy new banners each year until we get through all of our veterans. And then there is consideration for other hometown heroes, possibly police force and firefighters and so forth.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to share all the details, so you're both aware of all intent.
Right.
The last piece is possibly to put medallions of each branch of service on the side of the building. I think the broad side is sort of the idea, because they wanna have some connection between the actual memorial and the building, which has a current working title of Heroes Hall. So.
Catchy.
Any questions?
It sounds like not gonna cost us any money, which that's perfect.
Currently, no.
And it's not being
cost for
used
the-
for anything. So it sounds like a win-win.
Since the ice rink no longer exists as a regular part of Vets Park, that was the warming house, as I understand it.
Yeah, I used it a couple times back in the day, a long time ago.
I think part of the playground is where the ice
Used to be.
rink used to live.
Yep.
So. That's what I got.
Okay, well, I'm for it, so I will make a motion, for recommendation that we will take the Champions and Legions plan for utilizing the Warman House, for the Heroes Hall,
I second it.
first and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Excited to see how that comes together.
Me too.
TID 5, lift station and utility extension, change order number 4.
So yeah, this change order, there's no dollars associated with it, but it does extend, you know, currently substantial completion has already passed, it was August 29th. And final completion was October 1st. This change order will bump that to, November 26th for substantial and June 1st as final. And, so the difference between substantial and final is you have an operating lift station, that's substantial completion. The site, there was delays on the front end caused by the, you know,
Couldn't find.
challenges of finding that pipe that crossed the highway there.
Yeah. the
but
Main Street pipe, yeah.
Now there's delays associated with Excel energizing the site. And so, that's kind of the two challenges. You
Why
know,
has Excel been, why are they like this? Are they just like always like this? Have they been like this lately?
Can we go with St. Croix National, or maybe St. Croix Electric instead?
Would love to say.
Thank you, Gus.
But where do we stand? Can we decide, like some places like New Richmond took over their power here?
Biggest outlier this year, and have had struggles with the restoration work around the sidewalk
Yeah.
that was, that was a year of trying to get that work done.
Yeah.
Our main contact rep, went on maternity leave. And her fault filling individuals were not, they just simply wouldn't even return a phone call or return an email.
Cause how does this work then? So you call Excel and get them out there, Haas calls them to get them out there?
Contractor, because there's anyone else I can talk with, and so I know a few other people. Ashley is now back. It's kind of learned, I'm like, you better have an internal conversation with whoever is picking up your replacement part, intern people, because it's not good.
Cause they're losing out on money, right? More or less, like this would have been powered,
It's
they could have been
delayed.
making money off
It's
of
not,
it.
it's not good business, on their end, but
That's the incentive for the power company though, right? Get as many people as possible on the power.
right.
So they sort of have a monopoly.
She's gonna say that, I mean.
I don't know if incentivification of energizing a pump is
There is no incentive there, alright,
So
sorry.
we were delayed, well, all those apartments on as well, they don't have any electric, Pineville.
Yes, what about that? That's a lot.
They don't have any electricity either,
Really?
no, same problem.
Hmm.
So,
What can we do to help move things along? Is there anything we can do or we?
I asked Ashley to,
Never go on maternity leave again.
yeah,
Yeah.
that, and have that discussion and then provide some type of reassurance that this will never happen again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with
Her boss.
our, my board and.
Yeah, can we switch over to someone else? Is that an
I
option?
don't know how that looks. I don't, I know they're very territorial.
I mean,
Yeah,
what would it
that's-
take to switch to St. Croix Electric?
That's a lot of assets and everything else. It's a significant,
They would have to pay to buy all the.
It'd be
yeah.
Dairyland
I'm
Power
sure
owns
it'd be a
everything and they buy.
village-wide assessment. The township and on, and that's like finding Everest 6 times, I would imagine.
That sounds like fun.
You know, on the plus side, in this particular project, you know, we pushed Tosh, they understand the need to get this done and they've been pushing Excel and
Okay,
there shouldn't be any sort of like, you know, significant repercussions or delays to lat 45 or anything like that.
And
You know,
we do have a generator on that lift station, so that can be operational.
So we'll leave a bad Yelp review.
third look, next time I see him.
can you leave 0 stars? Is that a thing? Alright, well, I guess do we have a motion to approve the change order with 0 value? Anyone? Move your substantial.
I'll make that motion
Alright,
to pass along to the village board.
I'll second that.
first and second, any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, nay. Carries. Next, TID 5 lift station pay app number 3.
Yes, pay application 3 is for $89,263.72. It's for work completed from July 15th to September 2nd. During that time, they've installed sewer and water piping, constructed lift station driveway and has placed some topsoil. We've reviewed the pay application and recommend payment to the contractor. So, yeah, like your recommendation at this point, sir, if you have any questions?
Yeah, we're gonna make a recommendation to approve the 3. Oh, we're left replacing.
In the amount of, oh boy,
$89,263.72.
$89,263.72.
I'll second.
first and second, only comment I have it, on this one where this was confirmed by multiple inspectors, right? You have your inspectors go out and check all this stuff off. Okay.
Yep,
Which one, if I wanna talk and meet with him, what I wanna, and I know I've already had some dealings with him, but
oh, yeah, I mean, kind of Bob leads the effort.
Bob, okay,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So typically what we do is we get these 2 or 3 weeks in advance, we go through all the quantity lists. And verify it.
and with Bob, the Bob's get together.
You do it individually, but then we meet. So
There's some back and forth, you know, with
discrepancies on what they provided.
Perfect,
if they'll have their numbers and then we'll have our numbers and we'll say no, push back and then. You know, figure out. But mistakes are made and if you have questions about any specific line item, let us know.
yeah, perfect. And no further comment. Anyone else comment? All right, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, nay. It carries, next up, task order. Newman Farms Green Space Plan, I'm excited when I saw this one on there.
Yeah, so this green space plan is for the, you know, the property that's north of Pineville there. It's a 250 acre, you know, egg, you know, it's covers quite a few 40s there. This this is, you know, a proposal to, develop concepts for the green space part of it, cause you know, the green space is gonna serve a bunch of purposes, you know, it'll be a regional type of, parkland for the community, as well as, you know, serve as kind of a buffer between, the various, it's a, you know, it's being contemplated currently as being a mixed-use development, combination of commercial and single family. And
Is the green space outside of the ball fields and the
No,
courts, or is
it's
it
all
part of it?
encompassing.
It's all encompassing, okay.
You know, if you look at the very last page, you can kind of see, this was a very rough concept that,
Yeah,
was put together, you know, there's gonna be some modifications to that based, you know, we met with staff and talked through some ideas that we had with Bob and, you know, how it could be potentially extended, but, you know, the bottom line is, it's just, you know, this was just kind of something thrown on paper. Now we've got an opportunity here to take a deeper dive and to actually see what fits on there and develop a couple concepts for people to review and react to, and, you know, whether or not, you know, what is the appropriate amount of space that you want to see, you know, balancing the recreational needs as well as, you know, every acre of land you put into parks is less that you could potentially sell.
How much are you working with for a budget as far as coming up with this plan? Right, cause if you're coming up with concepts, you have to come up with concepts that are gonna fit a budget. What number are you working with?
No, well, we'll develop cost estimates and then, you know, with the concepts you can react to, you know, pulling back on that or
Be a
pushing
good,
forward.
better, best scenario.
have actually,
Yeah. Or do you want
electric bike,
grass?
do you want to, yeah.
This, do you want?
15 pickleball courts. Did I read right in there, we were looking at. There's gonna be no closed off buildings, all right? There won't be like a building, and there it'll all just be open space.
Well, you know,
There will be a building,
I mean, that's part of the thing, you know, there'll be, you know, we'll put together kind of a base map to talk off of. There'll be an in-person kind of kickoff meeting. To kind of, you know, talk through. What do you wanna see out there, you know, ball fields, soccer fields. All pickleball courts for you, Brandon, you know, whatever that is, you know.
let's go.
And that could be buildings or whatever too, that, you know, is discussed and contemplated.
And we don't have an all-inclusive playground area for any child with a disability, so that's. Really important to have them included in recreation areas, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, what was
Mary's
some,
Park has Will's playground, that's
No,
awesome, that's awesome up
we're
there,
way overdue on that.
yeah.
And. You know, ball fields, obviously, we'll have, and. You know,
Yeah, we need more ball fields, that's not negotiable at this point.
Yeah. But being that this. Is slated for mixed use and then we've got commercial and industrial, whatever types of uses. It's imperative to buffer out. Any industrial or commercial use from residential use, and the best way to do that is through recreational green space, so.
And this will also have the water retention plans in there too, and.
stormwater? Yeah,
Water, also water plans.
you know, there's opportunities for trail connections and that sort of thing to road to the park. So right now, there's the trail extensions in Pineville that could be extended up through this, you know, into this green space.
30 grand, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of meetings involved.
A lot of,
And,
are you
again,
just gonna concept a portion of the land or all 250 acres?
just the green space, the stuff.
Just the one in the green here, not?
Yeah, well, and then you see that study area B that's kind of above that,
Yep,
you know, just to provide some buffer up there as well.
So these will be, you're gonna give us 3 shovel-ready plans.
So it'll be the development of, you know, 2 concepts. And then basically, you know, meet again, talk about those and then come back with a, you know, modification. You know, so it'll be iterations
there'll
of
be an
that.
à la carte version of each concept, I assume.
Yeah.
As typical, pull some examples from other communities that have recently done a form, related ball field. So here's one example is $10 million. Here's another community's, this was $1 million, and basically decide what temperature do we wanna set this thing at?
I mean, do you remember I don't know if you recall, you know, if you reviewed that village park, master village park plan recently.
The older one.
Maybe about 30 times.
Yeah, so, you know, so, you know.
But that was pretty much that was shovel ready. Pretty much.
Yeah, well, you know, it split it up and, you know.
You had 3 stages and
Mhm.
what you were gonna do at each one of them.
But, you know, they'd still be designed, but there's a concept there, right? So, you know, this is where you put the pickleball. And it, you know, it also helps with the kind of the marketability of the line too. It helps bring clarity about, you know, what other space do you have available to do, you know, to do the commercial or the industrial and some of those things. And, you know, the way we talked too, as far as the time frame goes, I haven't mentioned that yet, but, we extended that a little bit because, one of the property owners has a surveyor, under contract, but they're not gonna get to it for like 6 weeks out or something along those lines, so it'll be a little bit of delay before we get, you know, that, the topographic data, you know, there's LiDAR information and we get going on things, but. You know, it's to get,
How much money are we going to have allocated to green spaces as part of this? TID as part of the new development, right? So every one of these have to have either money or green space, right? That will satisfy the green space.
Yeah.
So they won't have to pay out of it, like.
They will. They have to contribute.
so we, what are park fees currently?
So $500 per home.
That's
So,
out of the impact fees,
nope, yep. Yep,
more or less.
it's an extra charge, no, it's not an impact fee, it's charged to. The developer.
Okay,
Upfront.
per lot, okay, it's not as part of the impact fee.
Or they can put the green space in, put all the stuff in lieu of that. Pineville, we didn't include any recreation areas because the topography is so bad.
And they had trails.
We just did green space. Well, so that was $22,000 payment, so we can apply this to that, because that would serve as. Recreation area for that, and there'll be subsequent payments with each phase that's coming along. From them, so that'll cover the cost of that.
Okay.
So really, it's development paid for the study. And
So how far, I love it, that's good, the other thing, how far, I guess the last thing. How much more? And you probably won't be able to know this number exactly, but how much more are we gonna have to pay after this $30,000 once we figure out a direction?
Well, I mean,
Let's say we go with the Cadillac,
once you design, then they go to the calculators.
Management of the build.
yeah, I
We
mean,
only need an Equinox.
so you. I mean, you know, you get cost estimates that'll include, you know, be total project cost estimates that incorporate all these numbers.
Sure.
You know, so it's not actually answering the question. One of the things I think Bob had, you had a question posed to Ellers, right, as far as whether this is tip eligible and how that works.
Yeah, they said if it's gonna slow conceptual stuff down, then we'll do it, so. And. Not all of it's to the.
Okay,
Caleb Garn make a motion to pass this along to village board for consideration.
I'll second that.
first and second, any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Carries.
Can I get a copy of that map?
yeah, that might.
Not the whole thing.
Are you adjacent to it or are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next thing, Public Works Department report.
Not sure if y'all had opportunity to go over what I sent to you. There's any questions?
So under the streets one, we'll just have to. We're pushing some of the street work out, right?
What about this, so I've been hearing a little. Some grumblings. About the lights out at the field. What is our plan in regards to lights?
Well.
What's our position?
So they requested to use lights, I said, no, we need to develop a fee schedule with you. You're for profit, and they've been fine, they've been good, they've been respectful, they've been cooperative. So not any type of haste in the conversations with them, it's always been very high level professional. But I said, we're paying the electric bill. I don't think, the average, our tax dollar should be going to you as a for-profit entity.
No.
Is appropriate, so what really needs to happen is developing a fee schedule. And if you wanna use the lights, it's gonna be this much.
A different schedule.
Right.
So are you looking to us are you looking for us for
Well,
feedback
I
on
went
that?
back in minutes and I did supply ISA with that, and like, we tabled a bunch of your conversations because you weren't here. So you really have to reconnect with the committee. You're back on board with some of the discussions. But I can't, say, speak for them and say, they're gonna be fine with whatever. And I said, that's why it's imperative for you to come back through the committee.
Mhm.
And we can go through some of the fee schedules. And once you start requesting village resources, you're not a recreation league that's put together like Somerset Youth Baseball for that, you are a profit company.
Yeah.
Profit, so.
No, and like you said, they've been really good to deal with,
They
so,
have.
and I think he'll come down here and.
Yep.
If he needs
But
to,
I said, we have unfinished business that needs to be wrapped up.
yeah,
And
Does it just need a contract with them that they'll pay?
yeah, figure out
And
what
can we
it
figure
is.
how much like
how
they
much-
use after dark
Yeah.
and figure out roughly what that is?
Yes, we're working on doing that now
Okay.
to see, well, how much does it cost?
hourly rate.
What nights the lights are on down there. It's gonna be really easy to figure out. But, well, here it is, we can go through what games they had in July. I don't wanna use June because pre-soup days, the electric bill's gonna be too
Yeah.
high, so. I was probably looking at July, try to get a sense of what the cost was for that, and then. Try to.
Have we ever heard anything from the neighbors in regards to the lights being on or any complaints as far as that goes?
Well,
No,
I have not, but.
I haven't
it Doesn't
either.
mean,
I know someone who lives right by the field there and I've never heard any grumblings about the lights, but.
there's one close and I feel they would let me know if it was distributed, and I haven't heard.
Yeah, I would, give them my information if it needs to, I'm more than happy to get them back on here, having an agenda item for them.
And then budget time is here, so that's.
What you wanna get together?
We can do some preliminary things that we do have. So, and then our outlay is another piece. We have some aging equipment that is due to be replaced.
Can I set up a time? I know we had talked and I was supposed to set up a time. I did not do that do that this week yet? This week, Friday.
Sure.
Okay, I'll put something up, book said. Oh, the trails, yeah.
Trails and
October
Orange.
2nd.
Bid opening is October 2nd, correct?
Nice.
So that's run through DOT. SEH is the design engineer on that. We do have to go through the same process, and solicit. Firms that will do the construction observation. Unfortunately, we can't just hand it over to MSA per the DOT's regulations. It's gotta be. Proposals. From the MSA, obviously Ken, it's been, a committee of residents that. I think it was Brad Nemick and. Shiloh Williamson, I don't remember, I just put a land out there. That reviewed proposals and we have one board member, we can have more than one board member. So if anyone's interested in sitting in on that, let me know.
What night is it?
It's not painstaking, it's simply looking at the proposals and you can't see the price. So the price is redacted as well.
Like
Blind-
DOT, does that
blind
cover the
tasting.
DOT that way, or?
You know what something like that be coming up on?
So it's gotta be, prior to construction start.
So it'll be built next year?
Yep, spring.
They have a, like, time, I can,
No, I'm sure it's gonna bear down the contractor and awarding it and how long that process will take. So
It might be started by this time.
the DOT needs to approve it, and then it comes down to us to approve it.
they usually give them some 3 weeks and 3 hours.
And we're already budgeted for the 20% match already. We're all set there. Should, okay. All right.
So did you volunteer for reviewing those proposals?
Well, send everyone the dates. I don't know when they're gonna be. I doubt I'll be able to.
Yeah.
Make it with.
I gotta solicit, this. The engineering firms to provide that, so. I can put it out on. I can put it out in one of their formats, and they said, you don't wanna do that, cause they'll have 3,000 of them. So, I'm like, okay, cause it goes out to whatever, I don't know what system they use.
And you still have to pick without knowing the price?
Interesting.
Not my rules. There's a lot of this I would love to never ever do.
Again?
A grant ever, in my life. It's been.
Hmm.
Suck of my time.
It's not worth the money.
It's just, I mean. Been 2 years of design and
Been hanging out there. a while.
Goes back to the old adage, there's no free money,
Free.
nothing's free.
by the time the engineers chew up all of them.
Yeah. So he's over there trying to say, we'll see about your path.
That's a fact.
Well, it's safe that way, right? They always say that when they never
Oh.
fail, right?
They gotta say it's safer to have more engineers than glass.
Okay, all right, thank you for that update, Bob.
That sounds really enlightening this month.
Painful.
So I meant to say that.
Yeah,
What are our pleasures? Do you have anything else, Bob, for you? Are you good?
No, just. No, I think you can kind of see why I'm talking about equipment. If you're looking at our budget, we're $7,000 over maintenance and repairs. Wow, that's coming from our toolcat. So. That we've been in discussion with the vendor. We do have prices on replacement for that, so, definitely manageable. Looking at a different application for doing, ball field dragging with like the toolcat, so,
Got it, John here.
yeah. So,
Where are they at on that? So they get any traction on the association? We were talking about that. Okay,
I have yet to, they wanted to wait until after Labor Day, and then this time of year is always my busiest, because we've got winter coming up, so it's constant monitoring to make sure things are gonna be done, and we're on board with that, and then, you know, we got Campus that wants to put 2 layers of both, binder, which is the first layer of asphalt, and then the wear course, which is the second at the same time. It's typically not a good practice to do that. You wanna pave and then wait for that freeze thaw cycle to see if there's anything wrong, and then excavate that out. And, you know, get some stable soil.
Mhm.
They don't want the curb damage through plowing circumstances or events, so I just said, well, your curb, if you have a soft spot here, you're gonna have to repair that, and the brand new road's gonna look bad. And if you do that, I can guarantee you, you could have replaced a lot of curb for that cost. Cause it's,
And it-
Yeah, Mark,
They can plow it,
Mark
they
does
don't,
the freaking curb. Mark Moser's out fixing the curb out in my neighborhood.
he likes curb.
Does a good job. Okay. Well, thanks, Bob.
Any other questions?
What is Digger's hotline?
So, with the free call for the homeowner. they
Okay,
get charged.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell them to stop calling you guys then. You'll stop telling them.
okay,
So all the digger tickets that come in for if someone wants to put a mailbox in, charge to us.
Got a concrete guy coming over.
okay.
I just put my.
I put my own mailbox.
Mailbox in and I
You
don't
guys
call.
put,
No, homeowners will call in for, they don't.
oh, they need it marked.
Yeah,
That's it, got
But
it.
we also have people that will call in a locate to put a rose bush in.
Okay. Thank you.
If it's less than 18 inches, you don't have to call.
How do you know it's less than 18 inches until it's in? You know where your water line is?
I-
Yeah.
Exactly. Up
Yeah.
your sewer.
How deep is
How
that
about your
one?
phone? How about your gas?
How deep is that
I
one?
know where they all generally.
Yeah, generally are.
I know they're deeper than 4 inches of concrete usually.
I severed my phone line right when I moved in. I didn't want anybody calling.
Did it on
You just went out and took a shovel to the line of the
Yeah.
ground, you found that one line. I make a motion to adjourn?
Oh, well.
No?
well,
We got
gotta
one more
approve-
topic?
we
I'm
gotta
sorry.
approve the bills first,
Oh, sorry, my bad.
but I liked your spirit.
Caleb Garn make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll second.
First and second, any further comment or discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Great, well, hold on. One more. We accept the bills, passes. Future agenda items.
I'll bring back some wayfinding example signs.
No, not the agenda
Oh,
items.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Alright, alright, first and second for adjourn, any further comment or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye, aye, opposed, nay, motion carries for adjourn at 6:30.
So I got a pretty good